Maybe. Out of here. I don't know. I don't know.
Now it says meeting is streaming live.
Oh, it says live on YouTube.
Yeah.
She said she was going to try and do that.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Now it says meeting is streaming live.
Oh, then we can put it on our
Go
TV.
to there.
Yeah.
She said she was going to try and do
So
that.
if you go to YouTube, you can see it.
If you go to YouTube.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Now it says meeting is streaming live.
Oh, then we can put it on our TV.
There.
Yeah.
She said she was going to try and do
So
that.
if you go to YouTube, you can see it.
If you go to YouTube.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Now it says meeting is streaming
Oh, then we can put it on our TV.
there.
Yeah.
She said she was going to try and do
So if you go to YouTube, you can see it. If you go to YouTube, you can see it. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, then we can put it on our TV.
Where is
So if you go to YouTube, you can see it.
I'm gonna mute everybody in just a second.
What's the volume?
Right.
So can I have that? Yeah, how many speakers do we have, right? It's not so obvious, is it?
Mute everybody in just a second.
What's the volume?
Right.
So can I have that? Yeah, how many speakers do we have, right? It's not so obvious, is it?
Mute everybody in just a second.
What's the volume? So can I have that? Yeah, how many speakers do we have, right? It's not so obvious, is it?
Mute everybody in just a second.
Volume. So can I have that? Yeah, how many speakers do we have, right? It's not so obvious, is it? Volume. So can I have that?
So I'm going to unmute Cantor, Belinda, and me. We had tried unmuting everybody, but there was some weirdness between. I'm going to unmute Cantor, Belinda, and me.
Hold on.
We had tried unmuting everybody, but there was some weirdness between. Here we go. Because we're also going to broadcast this on YouTube. And so now I figured out how to avoid that weirdness. So you were going to hear it echoed and in a loop. So we'll start in about 30 more seconds. We'll see if there's anybody else who wants to log on. And then after services, we'll leave this on for a little while so people can schmooze. And feel free to open up the group chat if you know how to do that. If you don't, you can kind of hover your cursor down towards the bottom of the screen if you're in Zoom right now. And there's a chat function, and click on that. You can open it up and you can say hi. I typed, feel free to use the group chat. And that's a nice thing to do. We'd love to see your punums, but don't feel pressured to let us see your punums. There's never any pressure. You know, we're going to be, I'm going to be sharing on the screen the Siddur, which because it's First Friday, it's going to be the Mishkan Tefillah for youth. Otherwise, every other Friday, of course, will be the normal Mishkan Tefillah that we pray with the rest of the time. Sue Savitt, what are you showing us? What is this? What you show? Hold on, I unmute you, you tell us. What are you showing us?
It says the chat is disabled. Are you disabled? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that on TV?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm on YouTube.
Well, because it's on YouTube, yeah.
It says the chat is disabled.
Okay.
See, it's this is live. That is.
Get that? Oh, you
Oh, okay. Now I enabled it.
Okay, that's all I wanted to tell you. You can remove.
Thank you.
Remute me.
Thank you for saying that. Okay, the group chat should be enabled now. It must have been disabled from Kivun the other night when people weren't necessarily using it appropriately, but it's okay. So, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's so nice to have you all here. I'm gonna share my screen now. Which we'll get used to in just 1 second. Okay, our opening song.
Are we ready?
We are ready.
All right.
hopefully you are singing along at home. And there is a little bit of irony in starting our service with this song tonight. Hear how good it is and how pleasant it is when brothers and sisters sit together, and we're not sitting together tonight. But hopefully by invoking this idea, we can feel like we are together in some way, by seeing each other's faces, by thinking about each other, by connecting each other's souls, and welcoming in Shabbat in this very special and unique way through Zoom that we will be able to celebrate Kabbalat Shabbat in this way. And it's interesting to then turn to Shir Chadash to think about a new song, right? Because there is something very new about singing new songs. So we go to page 201, and let me get us there together.
Yeah, I want to see how you did that. How do you get from one end of the book to the other?
And pardon the slowness of this. CCAR shares this flip book for free, which is very, very generous of them. If we wanted to what's the word? Personalize it, we would have to pay for it, and they've made it available free during this pandemic. But we have to just, be a little slow with it, but it's okay. It's incredible how generous they have been. So Shir Chadash. And now we'll go back to the Shabbat evening service. And we're going to go to the lighting of the Shabbat candles, which you are welcome. If you haven't already lit Shabbat candles in your own home, you're welcome to light with me. If not, I'm going to be lighting them right here. So you can say the blessing with me. As Cantor Belinda leads us in the blessing.
Okay, as you go. Look how beautiful. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So the interesting thing, as we've done over the past few weeks, is we've thought about how to welcome the Shabbat bride into our space at home. And so think about where she might be entering your space from. Is it from your front door? Is it from the door of the room in which you're in right now? Is she bringing anybody with her tonight? You know, is there somebody you wish she would bring with her tonight? As she brings Shabbat, who do you wish you could celebrate Shabbat with tonight? So for Lecha Dodi, and for the final stanza, if you'd like to rise and turn towards that door, you are welcome to. You do not have to. So I'll stop sharing my screen for a second, and let's see, how many people do we have? Not that many people. So if I unmute everybody and we go family by family, can we just, this is when we normally say Shabbat Shalom and greet each other. So can we just like check in with everybody and see how everyone's doing? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
So I'll just go by my order on my screen and then I'll just ask you how you are, okay? So Marcy and Joel, how you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. Joel's been playing along over there with his
Oh,
guitar.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're good.
I'm selling signed CDs after the service, by the way.
You what after the
I'm
service?
selling signed CDs after the service.
And Linda Regano, how are you?
Everything's pretty good. It's very nice to see Harriet Fellows.
Oh, very
It was
good.
on before.
Yeah, where'd she go?
Where'd
I
she go?
don't know.
Matter. We lost her.
Oh, we lost her. Okay. Sue Savitt. And
Hi there.
And
We're all
Norm.
good.
Let's turn that light up.
And it was also nice to see Harriet's name down there, but I didn't get to see her picture.
Towards us. Like here.
Awesome.
Norm's
So
here
nice to see
too.
you.
Better.
Yeah. Norm, you're good too?
Hello, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom.
Everybody should be well.
We should be well. Thank
Okay.
God. Awesome. And Phil and Cindy, how are you guys?
Hi, we're great. Nice to see you, everybody.
Good to see you. Shabbos, Shelly and Steven.
We are good. Here's Ollie too.
And
Oh, look at Ollie. He's so cute.
So cute.
Hi, Ollie.
Sharing the beauty.
And Steven's not bad either.
We're
Oh,
good.
they got their puppy dog too.
I know. I want a dog now.
Me too.
So Jeff and Karen and special guest.
You always had one?
Yeah, this is Maggie. She's enjoying her first service and you can't see them, but Katie and Amy are here
Hey
too.
guys.
And we dug out our shakers because we knew it was a family.
Oh,
service.
cool.
Increase the volume.
Otherwise, I'm
not gonna.
It's up full.
So Izzy and Jeff and Eva, I don't know if Sadie's there too.
Nope, Sadie's upstairs washing her hair. Actually,
In Canada. Yeah.
so that's an excuse.
How are you guys?
We're doing great. We just finished dinner. It's nice to see you all.
Yay.
You guys.
You guys.
And Joanne, how about you and Michael?
We're fine.
We're fine.
We don't see you.
Oh, there they
Oh, there we
are.
are.
You are.
Well, we're at the Shabbat dinner table, so we're going to turn this off.
All right. It's lovely to see you.
Welcome to everybody.
B'teavon.
Right.
And Charles Savitt, how wonderful to have you with us.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yay. Shabbat Shalom. We have two Charles Savitts with us.
Charles Savage.
He's trying to figure out his video.
Yeah, I'm working on my eyes, trying to get in.
You're in stereo now. Literally, yeah.
Well, I'm so glad that we can be together. And, on one hand, it's sad to miss out on being in the sanctuary and having that image, right? On the other hand, there's a sweetness about this, about being able to see each other. So, and Holly Starkman, hello.
Whoa, what's that?
Marcy, if you mute everyone.
Whoa.
Okay. All right, that took care of that. So Kendra, Belinda, and I are unmuted again. And we're going to continue in our service. Thank you for checking in, everybody. We are going to turn to, I'm going to go jump ahead to page 22. And you can rise again if you'd like. We're going to be doing the Baruch Hu. So give me 1 second to get there. Okay.
So are you sharing that, Marcy?
Oh, I guess not. Ha-ha.
We probably know that one, but you know, just in case.
Sorry, y'all. Still newer technology for everybody.
Oh yeah. There we go.
All right. We have this beautiful shin, and if I turn the page, you'll see the other part of it, and the Shema is here. And it reminds us that the Shema and that Shabbat allows us silence, times to just say to ourselves, shh. And it's a reminder that we're not just working from home. Our kids or grandkids are not just being homeschooled, and they're not just doing distance learning, but we're actually in the middle of a very, very difficult time right now. And we're living through what for many of us is a trauma and is a crisis, and our minds, our bodies are experiencing it that way. And so what a gift to be here at Shabbat and to finally give ourselves a chance, even just for these moments that we're together, to try to say, shh. So I encourage you, as we get ready for the Shema, to take a minute and even just to say shush with me. So let's do that together for just a second. Quiet your mind. Relax a little bit. You really need it. You really do. And let's join together in Shema and feel the oneness that connects us even when we feel so far apart. So Cantor Belinda, take us through it.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
You may, of course, be seated if you are standing as we join together in the Via Hafta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Stay muted. I can't be here.
You're muted, Marcy.
Shabbat comes at the right time. Thank you. Thank you, Izzy. And thank you, Belinda, for trying to just point. What is the pointing? I don't know what the pointing is. So as we come to Micha Mocha, which of course, we say all the time, but here we are approaching Passover, and it's reenacting that moment of crossing through the water to our freedom, and really experiencing our freedom, celebrating it, reliving it, And of course, this Pesach is going to be like none other. I wanted to ask if you're doing anything different this Passover, either putting something different on your Seder plate because this Passover is going to be so different, if you've thought about it, or if now that I'm asking the question, you're thinking about it. Might you do something different this Pesach because this Pesach is so different? So anyone want to answer that? You can unmute yourselves now.
I'll just share that we invited the Crayers to our home for Passover, and we're so looking forward to it. And I didn't present this to them yet because I'm not sure myself 100%, but I was thinking of doing a virtual shared Seder together. So we're having services together this way. So I don't know, what do you think about that, Rabbi Bellows?
It's really, that's what most people are doing.
Yeah.
They're doing it over Zoom and they're doing it this way. And I think it'll be a delight. It won't be the same. It'll feel weird, but it's still the way to be together.
And it'll be more weird to not be together. So that's the way I look at it. I figured if I could see my patients for telehealth therapy, I can have a Passover Seder that way.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Holly, it's so great to have you here.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here. It does make it easier instead of this past year, but I'm so fortunate. Thank you all for being here. It's really nice.
Who else has an idea?
We're having a virtual Seder. Can you hear me?
Yes, Joanne.
We're having a virtual Seder with my brothers and my nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews. And we're all across the country from California, Texas, all the way up to Boston. And we've sent out some things in advance. I sent out some matzah meal because I'm not sure everybody was able to get that, and a recipe for matzah balls, for matzah ball soup, and some things for the kids, and some masks for the plague, so each of the kids can wear one for a plague. And my daughter is baking Passover cookies and sending those out. And it'll be fun. I think it'll be short, probably a half hour, but I think it'll be great to just be together and feel like we're together.
That's so nice. Beautiful. Thank you. Who else wants to share an idea?
We usually get together with some friends, and we go to somebody's house, and there's probably 15 to 18 of us. And we talked about doing it over Zoom this year, and we chose not to. So usually what we do is we get together with our friends for the first night, and on the second night, we bring out our Haggadahs and we have a Seder. And we usually cook a meal. And this year, just with everything the way it is, I didn't want to be running around Stop and Shop trying to find everything that we needed. So I'm actually getting it catered through the Chabad, which I think I'm really looking forward to, because supposedly everything is in the box that we need, which should be pretty cool. But it'll definitely be a different kind of a feeling, you know. I'm not even sure Sarah will be able to join us, which will be kind of sad, but it's different this year.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. Thank you. Who else? Yeah, Marcy.
We're going to do a virtual Seder, or at least Seder meal, with my daughter in Florida, my son in New York, us here, and the Machatonim in Florida over House Party, which is another app that you can have people and see them and everything. We're going to try our best. A lot of us just can't get everything to make the meal, but even if it's, to me, if it's matzo ball soup, I know Joel is happy. So we'll do the best we can under the circumstances.
Great. And I posted, on the Facebook page, like if it happens to be a Schwach Seder, it's not the best.
That, yeah.
Okay. So who else?
We're doing a virtual Seder with our gang. So that will be Pat and Melinda, who have been joining us now since before Lucy was born, I think. So their family. And our kids in California, Brooklyn, New Haven, Cheshire, and us. So usually we do some theatrical event, but not exactly quite sure how we're going to do that this year. But the 5-year-old has already memorized the 4 questions in Hebrew, and she is ready to go. So we're all can't wait to hear that. So that may be the highlight.
Sounds like it.
It certainly it won't be the brisket this year.
Not the big one.
It won't be the big
A
brisket.
little piece of brisket.
Oh, mini brisket, baby brisket.
The baby brisket.
Baby brisket.
Marcy, I like how you said you were going to the virtual Seder.
I'm going to the virtual Seder.
All 3 steps to get to the screen, right? But it's funny how we're going to a Seder. Oh, it's right here.
How did I get here?
Right. Interesting how we got this mishmash going on about how to think about, even begin to think about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
By our words. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll remind you, of course, that we are going to do a second night Seder from CBSRZ. That'll be like this. It'll be virtual, and everybody's invited to, to tune in, and it'll be, sharing the screen, and we'll be together. We'll do through the meal. So, then go eat, whatever you want to eat. You can do a Seder plate or not, you can be with people or not, at your table or on your couch, whatever feels right. So, hi, Deb.
Yeah.
And hi, Brad and Lori. We didn't get to say hello to you. Charles, it's nice to see your face. Melinda and Pat, we didn't get to say hello to you.
Debbie Reddy's there.
So yes, hello. I will tell you one interesting thing that my colleague, Rabbi Lisa Capel, suggested. She said in years past, people have often put their cell phones on their Seder plates to show the way that we've become enslaved to our cell phones. But she said this year, the cell phone has been our salvation.
Yeah.
That without our cell phones and other devices, that's how we've stayed connected. Mm-hmm. Without them, we'd be completely isolated. So it's just interesting how a symbol can switch so drastically, so just an interesting thing. Mm-hmm. So let's sing Mi Chamocha and celebrate freedom.
Okay. Oops, did somebody say something, or I'm just, okay. Nope, we're good?
We're good.
Good, okay.
All right, let's groove and get our claps together for Vishamru.
So Joel, if you're playing along, I'm not doing a capo. It would sound terrible if you and I were doing it in two different keys, so to speak, you know? Drive you crazy. All right, just so you know. Whoops, I think I did that already. Shabbat,
Feedback with that when it's unmuted.
So we're going to take time for the tefillah now, and we're going to do a silent Amidah, a silent tefillah. So we're going to give you time in your home to pray through it on your own, and I'll flip through it at a pace, okay? It may not be your exact pace, and I do apologize for that. But you can stand, you can sit, whatever's comfortable for you, but take your time to do it silently. And of course, be seated when you're done. Add your own prayers as it feels right. And then we'll all come back together at the end for Oseh Shalom. All right?
shalom biroma, uyase shalom aleinu.
Oh, Israel.
Ve'imenu amen. Oseh shalom aseh shalom aleinu v'yavo Yisrael ve'imenu amen. Oseh shalom Roma, uyaseh shalom aleinu v'yavo Yisrael ve'imenu amen. Oseh shalom Roma, uyaseh shalom aleinu v'yavo Yisrael ve'imenu amen. Oseh shalom Roma, uyaseh shalom aleinu v'yavo Yisrael ve'imenu amen.
So Shabbat Shalom again, everybody. We're going to take a moment for Misha Berach prayers of healing. And we've seen the numbers. We know that coronavirus continues to affect hundreds of thousands of people and coming closer and closer to home, I'm sure, for many of us. It's terrifying. And hopefully, I pray that none of you have had any immediate family members or friends, but, you know, the likelihood grows. And I just pray that we all remain healthy and that our community remains healthy and you all remain healthy. But we know, you know, this is going to be tough and that this is going to continue for a while. And so we begin this moment by sending a prayer of health and safety out beyond our immediate circle to the country, to the world, and everyone who is battling this terrible virus. And we pray for everybody's health and healing. And then we also think of our friends and family members who are suffering tonight, who are in pain, those who require surgery, those who are recovering from surgery, those who are ill, those who have been battling illness for a long time, those who just need our healing prayers right now. So tonight we are especially thinking about Reagan Konecki, John D. Nicola, Nancy Schwamm, Miriam Swidler, Charles Savitt, Burl Bellows, Carrie Bellows, Debbie Clymer, Daphne Rosenberg, Autumn Jade St. John, Joyce Josephi, Savannah Johnson, Lenore Lesser, Jimmy and Brogno, Denise Davies, Benzion Ben Beryl Usha, Ruben Starkman, Aubrey Berkhamshaw, Jack Davis, Rita Fink, Ronnie Burson Weiner, Mark Gruenfeld, Gay Clarkson, Barbara Edelson, Roberta Block, Lori Smith, and Jason Soloperto. If you would like to add a name, feel free to, I'm going to unmute everybody, and you can share your names now.
Stephen Rubenstein.
Andy Rochelle.
Barry Sherwood, Dwayne Chase, Jennifer Tula, Herb Bernstein.
Marie Vasquez, June Renner.
Ed Gleish, and Henry Weinberg.
Ooh.
Joel and
I hope we got everybody. No? Was there anybody else? Raise your hand. Yeah,
Sybil Rena.
thank you. I'm going to share with you the beautiful prayer that's on page 125 of the Mishkan Tefillah for Youth. Dear God, I am thinking about all of these people whom we have named and those we have not named, but who are in our hearts, all who are in need of healing. Just as you helped our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, and Jacob, Rachel and Leah, please help them all. Surround them with care like a warm blanket and be like a soft pillow under their heads. Share your strength and love with them so that they do not feel alone and scared. Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, God, who cares about the sick. Amen. And do we have any smachot, any simchas to celebrate? Anyone want to share any good things going on in your lives? Okay, Cindy.
Yes, Phil and I, this is of our 39th anniversary, which we will be celebrating tomorrow.
Yay, happy anniversary, Mazel Tov.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And many more.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Congrats.
Thank you.
What else? What else you got?
My grandchildren didn't kill each other being together for 2 weeks now.
Sue, Mazel Tov. That's awesome.
Being in the same house 24/7 and they're still friends.
Woo! Melinda and Pat.
And Susan and I are still friends.
Yeah.
Oh, and
That's
Norman,
something.
that's great.
We've been into it 24/7 too.
Yeah, Melinda and Pat, what about you guys?
Today, my school of 8 students had a cooking class where each student was in their own kitchens, and my colleague Maria was teaching them, and we all made lemon meringue pies.
Ooh, you're teasing us now.
Sorry.
Share that.
It was pretty wild, though. It was really pretty amazing. The kids were all cooking, and then families kind of joined the kids in the kitchen. It became a very big bonding experience.
Awesome.
It was nice.
Awesome.
Too bad we can't zoom in on some of that pie, Melinda and Pat.
There's that technology.
Now I know how to make it, so I'll share.
Anybody else?
Well, we're really proud of Sadie. She applied to many schools and got into pretty much all of them. Now she just has to make a decision. So that's the hard part. But
That's great.
yeah, yeah.
Give her a big hug and a mazel tov from us.
Thank you.
I've got one.
Yeah, Shelley.
Today was the second Friday that my brother-in-law, David in St. Pete, and I have been baking challah together on FaceTime, which has been wonderful in itself. But with the addition of him holding another phone with my 92-year-old mother-in-law supervising. And it's done this now for 2 Fridays, and it's been pretty much hysterical. Last week, apparently, after I hung up, she told David, I don't think you should bake it for 28 minutes. I think you should bake it for 30 minutes. His was too brown. So I had to scold her today. She's not there to give instructions. So anyway, it's been a total blessing.
That's so fun. Wow. Anybody else?
Do you mind Well, do you mind if I ask Brad, how are you doing? Because I can't help but think of you often, in the thick of things every day.
Yeah.
Brad, can you unmute yourself?
There you go. I gotcha.
You hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, no, things are going, things are going okay. It's, I think our job right now, my job as a pediatrician really is to assess people at home, and it's a whole different way of medicine, with a, first with a telephone, then now with some, video, but making sure people, my patients are safe and, doing well enough they can be at home. We also rotate. We're using my office for a well center, so we see all the young children who need well visits and their vaccines. We want to make sure everyone gets their vaccines. We don't want to trade coronavirus for measles, and we're using our office for non-infectious. But then the physicians are rotating to respiratory evaluation centers, and those are the kids that there may be the pediatricians feel. In our group, in our whole pro health group, feel that maybe they're not well enough to be, just to wait at home, but maybe they're not sick enough to go to the hospital either. And that's probably where we're most at risk seeing those kids. We're able to screen more. That's good news. And we can be more judicious with our screening. But the worst is yet to come. It's I wish I could say I was optimistic. I think I've been hearing stories at Middlesex Hospital. They're right now unprecedented with the amount of ventilators they've ever had to use in the hospital. They're not overwhelmed yet, but obviously, I have a hunch my roles will be changing, and so it's a little,
Wow.
it's a little. It's hard to say what's going to happen as far as what right now. I'm keeping a good distance and everything's been, feeling safe and secure, but it's hard to say. And my concern is I want to protect my patients as much as I need to protect myself. I'm not worried about myself getting sick. I know I'm a little older now, and I as long as I act like I'm 20, maybe I can wear this thing off. But I want to make sure I got to stay well enough to take care of patients. That's the real thing. So. And I think, but so it's hard to say, I'll let you know in a couple of weeks where we are, but it is a little scary what you see, what's working up from New York up to Fairfield County. And now truly, it's starting to make its mark heavily in Middlesex.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. We're thinking of you.
Thanks.
Good to know.
I'll share. Yesterday was my father's 72nd birthday, and today is my sister-in-law's birthday, and tomorrow a certain little child is turning 4. Yep. So yeah, crazy, right? So he's as old as I've been here. So that's really exciting. And so, yeah, so, and he's young enough to not really realize that we're not doing a party. But we got him a cake with construction vehicles on it. So it's really cool that Stop and Shop offers. So it's going to be fun. So yay.
Are you going to virtually celebrate with family for his birthday?
Yeah, and we're going to ask, and I'm going to put this out on Facebook, that if anyone, and you all are invited too, if you want to send us silly videos like via text or Facebook or Messenger or whatever, like singing happy birthday and stuff, we just want to spend the day playing silly videos for him of people singing. So, because we can't do a party, but send us silly videos. So that's great.
My connection is not great right now.
Oh no. So anybody else? Okay, so if not, we're gonna just have to catch up with birthday blessings when we are able to get back together again, because I cannot pass you tchotchkes through the Zoom. Marcy, do you need a tchotchke? So we will pass tchotchkes and we will bless everybody when we have a chance to do that. So let's turn to our concluding prayers, beginning with Elenu. And I'm going to get back to that. I just want to look at what the page number is, page 130.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
What a good flip that was. Wow.
So if you would like, please rise.
Oh my gosh. Aleinu neshabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tei kedula liyoser bereshit, shelo asanu k'giyei ha'aratzon, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo samu chelkeinu kahem, v'kol aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשחרים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Yesh kochavim. There are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As our service ends, we think about people whose lives have ended. Some of them we knew and they were very special to us. We loved them and we miss them very much. Others we did not know, but we honor them as well. This week, we honor the Yortzites, the anniversaries of death of Ida Barron, Nathan Barron, Nachum ben Joseph Baum, Howard Bruno, Philip Burzin, Jenny Cohen, Dora Elkin, Irene Fielding, Doris Davidson Goldberg, Benjamin Goldstein, David Callett, Fred Lake, Pessy Lisnick, Samuel Merriam, Joseph Notkowitz, Jose Peraza, Anna Pivnik, Simon Polstein, Yetta Rothenstein, Minna Samuels, Marilyn Savitt, Arnold Shore, Esther Starkman, Aryeh Stein Azen, Eric Stockton, and Bertha Torres, Zichronam Livracha. And would anyone like to share a name out loud?
Michael Weiss.
Thank you. May all the memories of our loved ones always be for a blessing. Together now we join in the words of Kaddish Tom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba, v'yalmad yivarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala uv'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach leolam u'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shmei dekudesha, brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the one who causes peace in the high heavens above make peace down here amongst all of us and for all of Israel and the entire world. And let us all say together, amen.
So I'm going to encourage everyone, actually, if you have it in you, to stay standing, because we've been doing a lot of sitting around probably. And we're going to end with Havana Shira, which is actually not in this Siddur. But, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah. Let us sing a song of praise to God. And, it's always a little, there's always some tension when there's difficulties like we're having right now to be singing praise to God. But we remember that God brings us the difficult and the good, and we have to remember that, at least in my opinion, God is giving us the strength to handle. We need that praise. It boosts us as well. And put your whole body into it. Hava, Hava, Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, 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 Hava, Hava, Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah.
Chem l'shalom, Chem l'shalom. May all of your comings and goings be filled with shalom, with peace, Aziz and Pesach, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So we're going to unmute, and if you want to sit and
Shabbat
schmooze
shalom.
for a little bit, we'll leave this open. So go ahead.
Who sponsored the Oneg?
You did, Shelley.
The challah.
Oh, the one that had the
And
lemon
the half-eaten challah. We can.
I should have had it delivered to everybody if I'd only known who's going to be here.